From the Here and There with Bart Hell AM archives, you're listening to the best of Bart Hell. This program was originally broadcast October 25th, 1996.
Welcome back to Fear and Scare AM. We've had quite the show this evening, but it's time we switch gears and instead of taking a call, read a letter sent in by a listener. As always, folks, the ground rules here are simple. You send in your story, I read it, the audience listens, but it has to be real. That is all I ask. This letter comes to us from Vanessa from Kissimmee, Florida. Vanessa writes, First and foremost, Roswell to you, Bartwell. Thank you so much. I have been a big fan for many. Okay, you know what? Let me skip the compliments to myself and get right to the story. Here we are. I'm sharing a story with you that I promised I would never tell. I've never actually spoken about this, and I'm not sure I even can, which is why I only trust myself to be able to write about it. It all started one day when I was driving to the grocery store. My car was acting strange, making noises I'd never heard it make before. I was stopped at a stop sign and couldn't even start the car again. It was just full on dead. I didn't know what to do. The nearest gas station or payphone was quite a ways away, so I just sat there, feeling awful for myself. When all of a sudden I see this woman. She was quite old. I can't give you an approximate age, but she looked like a grandparent. Sweet, grandmotherly, but there was something about her eyes. She approached me and said she lived nearby and that I could come over and use her phone and stay with her until help arrives. My mind was telling me, yes, this is a sweet old lady. What's the worst that can happen? But my gut was telling me something isn't quite right. I trusted my gut in this instance, and I told her I appreciated the offer, but no thank you. I'll figure something out. She then began to argue with me, saying it's a bad idea for a girl like me to just stay out here alone like this with a broken down car. I again politely told her no thank you. At this point, she stopped even attempting to be nice, but also started saying things she shouldn't know, like my name. She said, "Listen to me right now, Vanessa. I know who you are. I know what happened to you and what is going to happen to you, especially if you don't listen to me. I know your car was making noises you'd never heard before, and soon you'll be making noises you've never heard before." I freaked out and started running. How the heck did this lady know my name? What did she mean that I'd be making noises I'd never heard before? Is she trying to kill me? Is she saying I'm gonna die? I kept running for a long time until I finally got to a payphone where I called a tow truck and also I got a cab home. When I went to pick up my car from the shop a few days later, they had said it was just a dead battery and they got it replaced. I got in my car and drove home, still confused as I was a few days prior. As I park my car at my home, I glance in the back seat for a moment, and I see a broomstick and, and a pointy black hat. What does it mean? What does it all mean? Welcome back to Fear and Scare AM with Bart Hell. I am indeed Bart Hell, and the phone lines are open, folks. And it looks like we actually have a caller calling in from east of the Mississippi. Caller, your name and the city you're calling from.
Hey Bart, I'm Paul in West Virginia.
Welcome, Paul.
Yes, thank you, Bart. I was wondering about your thoughts on aliens.
Aliens. Well, I certainly don't believe we're the only beings in the universe, not by a long shot. I mean, there are clusters of galaxies we have no idea about that I guarantee you there's very likely has some life forms on it.
Right.
Do you believe the same, Paul, or are we not alone?
I think that yes, we're not alone in the universe, and not even alone on Earth.
Wow. Have you had experiences yourself, Paul?
I'm nervous to say, but yes, Bart, I've personally been abducted 4 times in my life.
4. Unbelievable. You do, and you have memory of all 4 times, Paul.
I do, Bart, and I dream about it and think about it every day of my life, and it doesn't make me feel good remembering or
Paul,
talking about it.
you needn't worry. I will not force you to say anything you do not want to say. In fact, we're actually running up on another break here, so I will let you go. And thank you so very much for the telephone call, Paul. The universe is as vast as it is unknowable. In my opinion, to consider ourselves to be living on the only planet with intelligent life would be to consider ourselves to be the center of the universe. And to think such a thing would be quite full of ourselves, am I right? Either way, I just hope the ones who visit us are peaceful. We'll be right back with more Fear and Scare AM. I'm Bart Hell.